Shalom, my name is Yankale Steinberg and I'm the director of the Mandel Center for Leadership in the Negev. I was asked to say a few words about my understanding of the challenges faced by the Negev leadership. Our different endeavors in the Negev, our locality-based leadership programs and our professional programs are all aimed at helping local leadership acquiring better skills and improving their ability, their capacity to tackle those challenges. You can find information about our activity on our website and in Facebook. Now, challenge number one, according to my understanding, is the power gap, which means the distance between places, localities, communities, people, and places, venues in which major dramatic decisions are being made regarding those people, decisions that will dramatically influence their lives in the future and in the present. I refer to decisions regarding allocation of resources, planning, developing, etc., etc. Decisions ranging from issues such as mining of minerals and of metals to the relocation of army bases, delaying of railroad tracks, etc., etc. People here, and that includes mayors, it includes the communities, it includes civil society organizations, are detached from those venues. They're not always aware of them. They certainly have no tools to allow them proper participation in those venues and those processes. The result of that is a long series of decisions that are affecting quality of life, are affecting the future of people in the Negev, and are done without giving the utmost careful consideration to the interest and to even to preferences of people actually living here. The second, I would say, challenge is a gap in the level, in standards of social services. This refers to health, education, public transportation, etc., etc. The other side of the coin of that is the low scores of in quality of life indicators that we can see all around the Negev, and those are two tied together, and dramatically improving the standards of services in the Negev is a crucial need here for all the localities, all the population. Obviously, it is more so in the marginal populations, such as the small remote places and the Bedouin society. A very close challenge, closely connected to those first two, which I mentioned, is what I would consider as the governance crisis. Governance crisis, or governance, is the ability to govern, the ability to run the normal life in a city, in a locality, in systems, and it's definitely the ability to lead slightly larger, bigger than life endeavors. The ability to do so decreases during the years. This is due to a very steady and clear weakening of the ability of localities to function, a very distinct change in power between central government and localities, where many authorities or duties, obligations are being transferred to localities without being properly funded and without the proper tools and authorities being delegated together with that. A distinct outcome of that is a slightly large number, relatively large number of localities where the democratically elected leadership is being dispersed by the home office, and mayors and councils are being appointed. There is a relatively large number of people in the Negev living under such conditions, and apart from anything else, this means that a very significant part of democracy, of you're able to influence the regime in the locality you live in, is being deprived from a very large number of the Negev inhabitants, and that refers to the whole periphery of Israel as well. Diversity is a very major issue in the Negev. It is not only the diversity between Jews and Arabs, Bedouin Arabs, it is also the diversity within the Jewish population itself. If we can take a small locality as Yerucham as an example, in which 4 or 5 communities are living together and are not really able to collaborate. Definitely not in areas of education and community activity. And this impairs very much the ability of the locality to pool resources, to better utilize resources, and to upgrade education. When you have to run the education system in 3, 4, sometimes 5 parallel directions, it is impossible to actually, in such small places, create a leverage. Now, in the regional level, when we consider the Arab Bedouins, which are also not very homogeneous, and there are very different sects and segments within them, the ability to try to lead major endeavors together, endeavors that need the collaboration of all the communities in the Negev, is very much impaired by the diversity between Jews and Arabs, and also between Jews and themselves, between kibbutzim and moshavim and development towns, etc., etc. So this diversion, the fact that there are many communities very different from each other and not very much inclined to collaborate, is a big challenge for the Negev. Now, the Bedouin community for itself is a big challenge, and it is a big challenge for everybody, not only for the Bedouins themselves. There is a very large number of people actually living in conditions that are pre-modern, that are not actually living in a modern nation, in a modern state. People are sometimes living in a concentration of dwellings, not organized as a locality, without proper services and without definitely any local governing. And this creates the situation in which around half of the Negev population is actually living in a situation not very far from the situation they lived in 200 or 300 years ago. Though there are huge efforts made in areas of schooling, in areas of health, etc., there's still a lot to do. And there is a huge obstacle of the political dispute about the land claims by the Bedouins and their organization as modern functioning communities or localities. But I think it is clear for everybody that without solving, or at least advancing dramatically in the Bedouin issue, everybody in the Negev will suffer. Including Beersheba, including the neighboring Jewish localities. So this is definitely one of the challenges needed, who needs a very deep, dramatic solution. Uh, um, our activity is aimed at helping people, helping communities, helping local leaders, local professionals, acquiring the tools, acquiring the capacity to tackle those challenges. We hope that we make our small contribution to change in the Negev. We can actually see results in places in which we conducted programs, and there's definitely a lot more to do. Thank you for your interest, and I'm open to any questions or any will to collaborate. You can find me on the internet, and you can contact me through Lee Perlman. So thank you very much, and good day to you all.